Hello and welcome back to The Stack, and here are today's top stories. The first story, Joe Biden had one of the worst gaffes of his presidency last week. Joe Biden was giving a speech and he read a line straight from the teleprompter that he wasn't supposed to read.
Men who do so, end of quote. Repeat the line. Women are not without electoral and or political, or maybe precise, not and or political power.
He read, repeat the line, right after he had finished a quote, and then he went on to repeat the line. Well, of course, the White House did exactly what you would expect it to do. They constantly need to cover for Joe Biden. So the White House edited Biden's speech, the transcript of Biden's speech. You know, they post the transcript to the White House website after each speech, and they are claiming that Joe Biden said, "Let me repeat the line." But if you listen to the video, Joe Biden said clearly, "Repeat the line," not "let me repeat the line." So, I mean, this claim that he said, "Let me repeat the line," is absurd because we have the video where he literally did not say, "Let me repeat the line." It could not be more obvious that he was reading from the teleprompter. But like I said, it's not surprising that the White House is doing everything that they can to cover for this devastating Biden gaffe. I mean, even people like Elon Musk have come out and said, whoever controls the teleprompter is the real president. Joe Biden just appears to be fairly empty inside, and he just reads whatever is on the screen for him. And we have a White House who will do anything to cover up for him. And for the second story, it kind of ties into the first, dealing with Joe Biden's age and his mental health. Well, aides at the White House are apparently worried that an aging Joe Biden will trip over a cord while shuffling around the White House. Now, that's not a very good situation to be in as the president, when the people around you think that you are so unhealthy that you may trip and fall over a cord, something that, a pretty functioning human being would not have to worry about. And Joe Biden is 79 years old. He's older than Ronald Reagan was when he left office. And Joe Biden is just in his first term and plans to run for a second term, that he says. Those around him say Biden looks older than he did just a few years ago. And we're seeing these fears play out in real life. I mean, it's like Biden can't even get through his speech without some sort of really bad gaffe that is super embarrassing to him and puts his cognitive health right on display. I mean, we've seen Biden trip up the stairs going up Air Force One. We see him shuffle around every time that he's walking around. One time we saw the Secret Service point for Biden to walk somewhere, and Biden just totally walked off of a concrete path and into the grass like the Secret Service agent wasn't even there. So it's interesting to see that aides of Joe Biden are now speaking out with their concerns, and they're just confirming what we have long thought about Joe Biden. He is cognitively struggling. It remains to be seen whether or not he'll make it through his first term, or if he will run for a second term. And the third story, here at the Western Journal, we have covered a lot about electric car issues. Everything from Teslas sparking fires at people's homes and in people's garages due to charging. We've covered the amount of water that it takes to put out an electric car fire, sometimes up to 10,000 gallons. We've also covered how electric cars struggle to do the same tasks that normal gas-powered cars do. Well, there is a Bill Gates-backed food center that burned to the ground, and it's suspected, there's speculation, that the fire began due to an electric delivery vehicle parked in the facility. This would just be an example similar to how electric cars have caught people's houses on fire. So it's really interesting to see. It's alarming. Everyone who thinks that electric is the future should take this story and they should really think about whether or not they think that electric vehicles are ready right now to be the future. I mean, we've also seen electric buses burst into flames spontaneously. How could that not alarm you? How could you possibly look at stories like this and think, Yep, electric, it's the future. Stores could burn down at random. Your house could burn down randomly. There was a guy who got trapped in his Tesla and had to break the window out because it caught fire. You really think that's the future? That doesn't seem very green to me. So if you want to stay up to date on the latest electric car stories, the latest on Joe Biden's mental health, you can head to westernjournal.com, and please be sure to like and subscribe so you never miss an episode of The Stack.